I tend to work more on the muscles on the inside, in the kind of eccentric inversion rather than the perineum on the outside. I think everybody seems to strengthen eversion and when they're doing rehab, but for me, I think actually it's more the eccentric element of inversion rather than eversion that needs to be focused on. So I would do some TheraBand work in trying to getting strengthening going of your inverters. Yeah, I would probably work on your everters as well, but they're nowhere near as important for me. So you started to think about strengthening it, you've got your balance side of things, and then from then on it's just increasing load, but monitoring it with swelling. When it swells up, you've got to calm down and you've got to do less, because it's the body's natural response to tell you that you're doing too much. And for me, if after about 4 weeks and you've had an ankle sprain and it's still very swollen, probably something else has happened. And probably the most likely thing is that within the ankle joint itself, you've damaged the actual surface of the ankle joint. So I think if you treat it properly, within 4 weeks, there should be absolutely, for me, most of them should be fine. But as I say, if it's still swollen, then I think something else has gone on. There are other more complicated ankle injuries, high ankle injuries like syndesmosis injuries, which I think up until fairly recently were missed by a lot of people. I think they're becoming more and more recognised nowadays. So I think from that side, but I think that just overcomplicates it a little bit. But I think that what I would say is the ankle sprain itself can be very, very, very complicated, and there can be lots of different aspects of it. But I think generally most ankle sprains for me should be right within about 4 weeks. And most people can go without the ligament. I mean, if you were to, a lot of footballers don't actually have one of the ligaments in the ankle. Most of them have sprained it and it's gone and it's ruptured. And all that happens is it lays down a load of scar tissue and that's what they have left. They don't have that ligament. So if you were to scan, if you were to MRI scan a footballer or probably a rugby player, quite often you'd say they don't actually have that ligament. And that's not a major problem. But it's the fact what you want to have is the balance around it is quite important.